I'm so lost right now.
What the hell?
Should I have just pressed that?
Oh no.
It's time for a Text 5 guide brought to you by Cartland Technologies. This clip takes you through downloading and installing the TeamSpeak 3 client for Windows operating systems. This is a fairly straightforward process and doesn't often change, so whilst we'll be installing version 3.1.4 here, it's likely that these instructions should get you up and running on newer versions also. Firstly, we'll need to download the latest official version of the TeamSpeak 3 client. To do this, open an internet browser and head to teamspeak.com. There will also be a link to teamspeak.com on this page. Simply right click on the link and choose Open a New tab. Once the TeamSpeak page is loaded, across the top nav menu we're going to go to the Downloads option. The drop down will then display TeamSpeak 3 client, which we'll click on. On this page we'll be clicking on Client 64-bit for most Windows 10 users. For older versions of Windows you may need to click on a 32-bit version if the 64-bit version doesn't work. Once the file is fully downloaded, we can either click on Open or Run in the internet browser, or alternatively, we can browse to the location on our computer of the file and double click on the file. Once the installer is open, we'll click on Next, then we'll scroll through, carefully read the end user licensing agreement before clicking on Accept and then Next. After the EULA, we'll be asked whether we want to install shortcuts just for ourselves or for everybody. And then we'll be taken to the location we'd like to install the software to. We can either leave this as default or we can change it to anything else we'd like here. Once we click Next, we'll be asked whether to save configuration files into user directory or whether to save all configurations into the install directory. For most people the first option will be correct, although if you install the software on a portable device where you may use it on multiple computers, you may find it more useful to choose the second option. We are now asked if we'd like to install Overwolf, which I'm not going to do here, although if you would like to be able to enable a TeamSpeak overlay to appear in some games, you can tick this option. That concludes all of our installer options, and the software will now install before prompting us that the install has been completed. Once we click on Finish, the TeamSpeak client will run for the first time, where we'll yet again get a chance to thoroughly read through a licensing agreement before accepting and clicking Next. Once we have accepted, if we've installed an earlier version of TeamSpeak in the past, we'll probably not have seen the My TeamSpeak option. This prompt allows us to set up a cloud account with TeamSpeak so that our servers and settings can be saved so they do not need to be re-entered on every machine we use or if our operating system gets reinstalled. We'll click on Create Account here. Then we'll enter in our email address, followed by the password, and then the nickname we'd like to use. Nicknames can be changed in the future, so we don't need to care too much about what we write here. Once we've entered all of our details and clicked on Create, TeamSpeak will send us a verification email. If we try and log in before verifying our email address, we'll notice we get an error. And if we don't want to wait for that email to come through, we click on Verify Later. If we do choose Verify Later, it will ask us again to enter in a nickname before clicking OK, and then our install will be officially completed. Now that you know how to download and install the TeamSpeak 3 client, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment with any topics you'd like to see covered in the future, and of course subscribe so we know to keep making content. You may also hire a TeamSpeak server from our website or connect with us via social media. Thanks for watching.